Okay, get ready, guys.
What's up, guys? Again, not Janssen. Shane covering for Janssen one more week. But we are here on the Janssen Show, and we have a couple of guests. Please introduce yourselves. Tell me a little about who you are and why we're here.
I'm Rusty Dubois. I'm one of the owners of Tri-State AC Hero. Been in business for 5 years here in town. Love our community. Love to do shows like this, the Women's Council show.
Yeah.
We were happy to bring Clay on with us. I'll let Clay introduce himself. He started with us back in November, but I'll let you introduce yourself, Clay.
Yeah, I'm Clay Parker. I'm the new marketing specialist for Tri-State AC Hero and M&R Water Hero. So excited to be on board with them. Been with them for about a month now. So nice new opportunity.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you for the first time again, right?
I know, exactly. Exactly.
So, fellas, pleasure to have you on. Obviously, I love the name, Tri-State AC Hero. Is that just because you literally save the day whenever people need you?
There's a lot of people that say that, yes.
It's written on the side of our trucks, on our way to save the day.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I actually had an AC unit go out last year, and I'm sure you guys can tell me more about it, but it was tough finding time, people, whatever else, and I'm very lucky. I have a lot of great friends in this community that helped me out and got me going again, but I'll tell you, that guy, he sure seemed like a hero, so.
Especially in the summertime.
Yes, it was right when that first heat wave hit. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Of course, it was right when the first heat wave hit. So.
It seems like that's always the time your AC breaks.
Yeah, it never fails, right? I don't know about now. You're getting a lot of calls about people's heaters not working. We got some cold hit us.
Very much so.
I'm going to say this has probably been the busiest heater season that I've seen.
Yeah, it hit us fast. Went from 80 degrees to whatever we're dealing with now. So I'd love to know a little bit more about your business, some of the struggles that you guys have had over this last couple of years with things. But first, I want to talk about you guys stealing the show at the Boombox Parade. So I hope everyone got there. Everyone did their best. There are a lot of great floats, but one stood out, and it was your guys. Tell me, how did you come up with that big old thing?
That is his vision. I can tell you that. A lot of us.
Do we have an image of it, Jeff?
Yeah, you want to roll it?
Yeah, check this out. Check this thing out, guys.
Here we go. You can talk about it.
Well, we actually have three. So we have the castle, the Ferris wheel, and the one behind that, too. So it was a big undertaking trying to build three separate floats.
I know it was an accident, but I like the Chevy plug right now. That's solid for us. We really like that.
We only did that because we knew we were coming on your show at some point. Okay? Yeah.
We would have had the little blurry thing. It would have been a different brand.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is the gingerbread castle, Rusty.
My wife and I, we wanted to build a gingerbread castle for years. We were just waiting for the Women's Council to put something together with that. So about 2 years ago, we found a tram at an auction, and that tram is really big. So basically, we always wanted to fit the sides of it and make a gingerbread castle. So here, since they have gingerbread characters in there, it was just a perfect opportunity to put a gingerbread castle in there. And like I say, we've always wanted to do that. We love bringing the snow. You can see the snow. This year we actually put 2 more snow machines.
Go back to the show.
That's the coolest part, which I'm sure you appreciate. The kids coming out, getting excited. So we actually were at the front of the parade this year. So we were done and had looped back around, and we pulled up, thought we'd sneak back and leave early, and the parade wasn't done yet. And we ended up catching right when you guys came by. And I'll tell you, the kids on our float hopped off, and they ran over, and they were like, oh my gosh, like me as a little kid. when the first snowfall came. So I'm sure that's a big part of why you guys do that.
Yes, we do it definitely for the kids, and like I say, that snow, I mean, the kids just seem to light up every year. So we've been doing the snow on the floats every year. You'll see that we'll have some type of snow on it, and I mean, we really pumped it out this year.
Yeah.
So we were able to get enough supply on the snow, which was great. And you'll see, I mean, the kids, it's sometimes crazy because as we're going down the parade, you'll see the kids just run out at the float. And, I have to tell our drivers, make sure, you're watching for this. And, you'll see, like, I'll walk out there. We have Clay. We have other people out there walking with our walkie-talkies telling the drivers, slow down. We got people right up on our floats.
Yes.
We need to make sure it's safe.
So
but
we had our Findlay mascot out for his first boombox parade this year, and he tried to walk it. And it sounds like you guys had a little bit of the same problem we had. That little walk isn't that bad until you got to hustle up and then slow down. We had a little space there, and the Findlay mascot's not real tall, little short legs. That's a lot of work. So.
I'm glad I didn't wear flip-flops.
Yes.
Because trying to get candy from one float to the other, it's like by the time I got back to our third float, I'm having to do a dead sprint to catch back up with the castle.
So I got to know, how much candy did you go through?
$450 worth.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know the dollar amount. I know that we went through, I had 1,000 pieces just for my little group, and then I know we had 2 boxes full of candy, and we ran out before we made the turn down. Was that train you made the turn down?
Yeah. We have to, the very first couple of years we passed out all the candy. I mean, by the time we got to Smith's, Lakeside, basically, we were running out of candy, So this time we have to set it up inside that castle to where we have certain amounts to give away.
It's like a real castle. You got to maintain the supplies in there.
There's
a
supply
defensive position.
There's a supply chain going on.
Yeah. I think that's where we got. Where it was like everyone had so much fun handing out candy. Next thing you know, there's 10 people handing out candy, and you're like, this is going to be a short one. So now, obviously, you guys enjoy the holidays, giving back, all that stuff. But clearly, you guys go above and beyond. What went into making that castle? And the other ones, but I don't want to undercut the other one. The other ones were great too, but that castle really stole the show.
A lot of words that we're not allowed to say on the air went into it. No, it was a huge undertaking. First off, being the new part of this team, I was very impressed with the teamwork. We had, some of our installers there, some of our techs there till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Everyone just working together, getting the walls built, getting it decorated, getting it painted, getting the cones built. His son Connor did a great job. Did a great job of making the actual cones, getting snow on it. So and again, we built 3 of them. So it's like there are times we had a crew over here and a crew over here and a crew over here, trying to get everything ready.
So that wind hit that day of. I don't know where you guys stored these things, but we were stressing out about the wind.
In a secret, undisclosed location.
I'll go ahead and tell them. We actually, this float is the first float that we built indoors. So
really?
We have our friends that do stuff with us over at Custom Metals. They have a 50 by 100 square foot building with a 14-foot door, roll-up door. So we put it in, but that float doesn't fit through that door. So the cones, they all have to come off. The top cones have to be able to fold down. The one thing that I'm known for is building floats that are tall. So, and every time that I bring those floats over, my biggest concern is, I've got street lights that we got to get through with the turn signals, and I'm like, please don't hit this.
Yeah.
Why do I do it? And if I would just make it a foot smaller, but I always.
You got to go right to the edge every time.
We call him go big or go home, Rusty.
Hey,
Yeah.
We got a guy like that up at Findlay likes to do the same thing, so we call him go big or go home Rob. So.
Yeah. So we built this, and like I say, my wife is just amazing at the detail that she does on the decorations. She painted those doors. Everything's just got to be perfect. So the last minute, we were painting, and some of the red painting peeled just a little bit on that door.
With the nail polish.
Oh man, she's up there trying to make sure it's all perfect in there.
It came out great. It's hard to argue with the results, and I think a lot like we do in a lot of cases. You do these things, and you're like, good Lord, you get so wrapped up in it, you get a little deeper than you intended to, but then when you see, smiles on faces, people who enjoy, a lot of times for us, it's not always necessarily, there's only couple parades in town, period. But we do a lot of stuff in town, and but when you see it get to the kids and get where it belongs, it makes you feel a lot better about all that effort. So,
and yeah, when you see the smiles on the faces, that always makes any bit of hard work that you put into something worth it.
Absolutely.
So for sure. And if I can give a plug, it's not over for the floats. So it's not. Last weekend we had the joy of we were invited out with it to Desert Valley Elementary's Christmas party. So we took it out there, had the snow machine going, got a bunch of great pictures. The kids
awesome.
enjoyed it, taking pictures. It was at the Winterfest. They put it right next to the stage. We actually hosted a toy drive with it and had a great turnout there. So getting it in and out the door of the field house was quite the
you had Jim
quite
and
the challenge.
the boys down there going sideways trying to get that thing going, huh? Ed
Yeah,
freaking out.
we had to disassemble some other lights and stuff on the top to get it through the door, but
Totally worth it, I'm sure.
very much so. But at least now until the 23rd, and we have to do a little bit of rebuilding because the wind didn't really help us out last night. But all three floats will actually be on display up at Trinity Baptist Church at 1941 Havasupi from now until the 23rd. Tri-State AC Hero Rusty, our team, has actually built an entire lighting display out there. And I know on the 18th we're going to have a live nativity, pictures with Santa. He'll be out there in the sleigh. So a good last-minute chance to get some pictures with Santa on the 18th.
We'll make sure, Jeff, when we post this, we'll make sure we put a little description with those dates and locations. So it sounds like a great thing for this community to go do. I know that as a kid who grew up in snow, it doesn't feel the same, and so we kind of get that knockoff snow and the experience that we all kind of grew up with. It makes us feel like we're at home again. So.
You know, it's funny. I was at the high school, the choir concert, and we do snow for that event as well. And we actually had a guy from Wisconsin come up and talk to me. He says, "This is the funniest thing. Everybody's here happy to see snow. This feels nothing like the snow from Wisconsin. It's a lot colder, and this feels good,
Yeah.
He says, "I could be out here in my shorts in your snow."
That's kind of the way we like to do things out here. We want to have all the good part, but with the warm weather. That's kind of our MO. So, guys, I'll tell you, everyone really enjoyed it. It's very exciting that you continue to give back throughout. I'd like to talk a little bit about just business things. How'd you? You said you've been in town you've been doing this for 5 years?
We started Tri-State AC Hero 5 years ago. I've been in town since 2007. And I worked for another air conditioning company in town. And, I never meant to start my own business. It was actually more of an accident. My father had a stroke, so I had to leave the company that I was with, and I was very happy with that company that I worked for. But, when he was out, I planned to flip houses. So I wanted to get my own construction license, because you need your own license to flip houses if you're going to work on your own air conditioners. So I did that, and it just all fell into place, and we started Tri-State AC Hero from that, and it's picked up, and it's been an amazing 5 years. We went, it was just myself and one other employee the first year. We were just going, and now we've got up to 32 people working for us. And I look forward to it.
What about that last guy you hired? I don't know.
Oh yeah, he is our last hire. And we actually created a position for him to come to us because he's so valuable, and his name is really good in the community, and he's very active in the community, and that's important to us.
When I walked in here and I saw you, I was like, oh, and I went, man, I was trying to think back to where I actually met you first at. And I don't even know where it was. I don't know if it was in Kiwanis or a previous employer or whatever it was, but obviously you've been involved in a lot of things for a long time.
Right.
How's it been joining this team?
Hang on, I have a prepared statement on that. Hold on 1 second.
Rusty is the best.
Rusty and Brandy are. I can't read that. Can you tell me? I can't read your writing.
Clay, I can't read my writing.
No, it has been absolutely fantastic. From when I was looking for a change, which when I sat down and talked to Rusty and Brandy, it was a great fit. And I'm really excited to join a great up and coming company that has a great reputation around town. To be able to go out in the community and represent them, it's a good challenge, and it's a lot of fun. So
Now, where were you during the parade?
Actually, if you listen during the actual part to where Jeff is, to where Jeff is videotaping us, you'll hear somebody say, "Hey, Merry Christmas, Jeff," and "Let there be snow, buddy." That's actually me on the mic at that particular point.
Okay.
But in fact, there's my arm sticking out of it right there. So, but throughout the parade, I was running back and
run
forth.
along the side. That's what I want to know.
It was all of us. Rusty's actually was right behind there. Him and I switched off on the mic a little bit, so he did some running, I did some running, he did some mic work, I did some mic work. So
that was you singing the whole time?
No. We wanted to keep the crowd there.
And you know what I like about that too is look at the gingerbread men. Those gingerbread men, we put those together. They were out there dancing on their own. They were having a good time. And you should see, that parade is probably only a mile and a half long, maybe.
I walked it. It felt a lot longer. I don't know.
But those gingerbread men in that outfit, when we open that outfit, I don't think we can ever reuse those gingerbread outfits again. I think those gingerbreads are one-time use, and that's
I'm going to let you keep this costume, guys. Enjoy.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said, this one's yours.
One of them, the condensation was so bad in there, when you looked at me, he had water all over the inside part of,
You have to
of the
upgrade
visor.
little indoor air conditioners, little vent fans.
We're going to strap a mini split to their back next year.
I know we've had a lot of fun talking about this stuff. How's the last year treated you guys? I know it's been really challenging. Is the AC world kind of dealing with the same supply stuff as everybody else?
Yes. It is very hard to get supplies. I mean, our supply houses, they just don't have the supplies. And unfortunately, they've told us that it's going to go on into 23 probably.
Wow.
So we're in meetings, to get air conditioners. We literally have to fight to get everything that we get.
Do you have any advice for people? How to maybe mitigate the potential hazards?
Yes.
Do you stay up on maintenance? Do you just
Right now,
hope and prayer?
right now, one of our big things that I say is most of the time, your air conditioners can be fixed. Okay, it's very important for me to make sure that everybody knows that when I talk to my technicians, when we have our meetings, I tell them, we're not a replacement service. We are here, people call us to come and fix your air conditioner. Now, if the customer wants to change their unit, that's fine, we can do that. But I always want to make sure that they're given options when it comes to replacing a unit, because most of the time it can be fixed. I put that on all of my advertising because I want everybody to know that we can fix units. Now, the biggest thing, you're right, if you do your maintenance on your air conditioners, they should be able to last longer. I always want to tell people, people have this perception that R22, which is the old refrigerant that was in the units, when it's running out, you need to change your unit, okay? That's not true. We have replacement refrigerants for it, okay? So since
I believe I was in that camp. I thought that was a...
Yeah, no, I want to make sure
everybody lied to me. You believe that?
Yeah, I want everybody to understand that they do have refrigerants that can go into your unit. It can't be mixed with the R22. We have to pull all of it out, and but you can put in a new one. We can fix leaks. We can fix your unit. And with the supply shortage right now, the prices are going way up right now on air conditioning units. We had 3 price increases last year. We already know January 1st, we have another one coming. And, with what the supply chains are doing on the pricing, if we can make your air conditioner work and we can get through this period, that's the best way to do it, if we can do that.
And I'd imagine it's a lot like what we've dealt with in our industry in that, cost for us getting oil has gotten more expensive. Our oil changes have gotten more expensive. It doesn't necessarily affect us positively on our bottom line. It's,
Right.
you know, I don't know if you guys, a lot of people taking it out on you, so to speak, or they're just frustrated, but I know it's been very challenging. And I know we deal with it with, like I said, service stuff, whatever. I can't imagine it's a lot of fun when people have a hot house, angry spouse, whatever, you know.
Yeah, that's one thing people think. Oh, summer's the best time for AC companies. You know, I have my biggest worry during the summer is, you know, when it's hot, how am I getting to everybody? It's taking a lot of time to get to people sometimes, and you know that's my biggest worry. You know, it's not, oh, are we doing well? You know, it's, you know, am I taking care of that customer? That's more important to me than anything. So, you know, I worry about that a lot, you know, during the heat times. But, you know, during April through May, I tell everybody, if you get this chance, get your maintenances done. You know, a lot of times people will try to do their maintenances in February and stuff like that. A lot of the big companies, they start training you to do your maintenances at that time because we have time to do that. Our technicians are free, you know. But, you know, basically, you know, when it comes to summer maintenances, we need the temperature up just a little bit on your air conditioner. We don't need it to be 100 degrees, but I'd like to see it in the 80s. That way I can see your unit, what it's doing. Is it struggling?
Yeah, my unit's not turning on right now, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So like in February, the unit's going to run easy. So, you know, I tell everybody who's doing maintenance, says, hey, you know, February, when it's, you know, 60, 70 degrees outside, it might not be the best time to do your maintenances. You want to wait till like April, May.
That sounds like a really tough thing to balance, you know, and probably a lot of people probably a lot like me and out of sight, out of mind, and then you go fire that thing up and
Well, and it's the same concept for AC as it is for vehicles. You know, that $50, $60 oil change can save you thousands in the, you know, down the road. That $60, $70, $80 maintenance checkup on your unit can save you thousands and thousands down the road, and also save you from being stuck in a house at 122 degrees.
Oil changes have definitely gotten more expensive. But, you know, many, many, many years ago, even before I started driving, even though it was still the story was you change oil every 3,000 miles.
Right.
You know, and with technology and with improvements in the oils and the things they put in the oils, you know, you're almost double that, if not more. You know, some of these oil changes way out. But it's amazing how much the old mindset just carries through. I mean, it's so hard to get people to, you know, learn new things. Like whatever my grandpa told me about oil changes is what I'm going to stick with. And you know, I imagine the same way with AC.
I do that. I do that too. I run full synthetic in mine, but at 3,000 miles, I'm at least checking it. I'm at least checking it. So.
And you know, it's kind of funny because you think we want you to come in and change your oil more, but we really don't. We want you to, you know, get the most out of your car, get the best value. If our service department's just clogged up with people getting oil changes every 3,000 miles, it's really not beneficial to the consumer, the environment, to, you know, our people who are getting repairs, things like that. So when you can stretch it out, you know, 9,000 miles sometimes, it's really a neat thing. So.
Yes, I agree. I mean, make your unit work as long as you can. I you know, probably it was about 2 years ago, I went and saw a unit that's been here since 1955. It was a Sears Roebuck unit. And
you don't hear that very often anymore.
I didn't even know Sears Roebuck made a unit. And, you know, when I looked at that unit, I was like, whoa. You know, now, when the unit came on, the street lights dimmed, you know, but, you know, it was still pretty cool to look at.
There goes the power grid.
I mean,
excuse me. Yeah. So I got a question for you. You do such a big thing for the Christmas holiday. What do you do throughout the year? You don't strike me as a guy who's a one and done. What do you do throughout the year to keep yourself busy, give back? I mean,
well, the Christmas parade's our main thing that we do. I mean, I love to see the holiday. We do the Trinity Baptist Christmas slide show. It's easier for us to do things during the winter time than it is during the summer. During the summer, I mean, we're just running, just trying to keep up with everything. I do like to, I mean, community events, I can't.
They have been our main sponsor for the Scream in the Dark Haunted House at Cornfest now for 2 years, and I think the year before that
we did the stage.
Yeah, they were our stage sponsor. So trying to get out and sponsor a lot of community events. We just actually sponsored a basketball team at the Boys and Girls Club, and we will be a sponsor of their gym sponsor for a year or two.
Cool.
So that's sort of what my role is going to be. Me not being an AC tech, he doesn't have to worry about putting me up in an attic for, during 120 degrees.
Get out there?
I'm what am I going to
literally
do?
so relieved you're not going to come fix my air.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't know. He might be delivering a unit to your house.
I may be delivering.
I just,
I will
if I see you out on the
yeah.
side of my house, I'm going to be a little
I'll be the
nervous.
one handing them the wrenches and stuff like that. But, and I think that's part of the reason why it was a good fit, because it opens me up to be able to put us out in the community, join a little bit more community events that we got going on.
A lot of people don't realize, this community really is it's a very cyclical community. The summer is river and heat, and there's not a lot of community events in the summertime. Fall rolls around and it's pretty gangbusters, and then obviously we go holiday, New Year, snowbirds, back to summer, and so we understand. It's like most of our stuff is pretty loaded in the one time a year, fall to New Year, and then after that it's like a whole nother world.
Well, then we're all recovering from those during the summer.
Oh yeah, so I completely understand. Gentlemen, I think it's absolutely awesome the way you went about this and how it came out. And I believe you said you had won a couple years ago too, right?
Yeah, we took the best of the show. I think we were doing it was a Harry Potter theme, so we built a float for that. This is actually our 5th entries into the parade. Actually, last year didn't count. The Women's Council couldn't do the parade last year. So we put in our Ferris wheel, last year. So I wanted to run it again definitely this year. Next year I have some more ideas of what I want to do, but I can't put them out yet. So I think about it all year.
We know where to hide out and find out what you're working on.
No,
top secret.
There is no hiding out, because even us, the ones that are helping him build it, find out as it's happening. So I can't tell you how many times we're going, okay, what are we doing here? I don't know. Where are the plans? They're in Rusty's head. So we find out as we go.
I have a lot of ideas that are going through, but again, we always have to wait till October, because October is when the Women's Council says what the theme is going to be and what we're going to build. So it's not like I can say, I'm going to start in January on this. No, we got to wait till October to get going on it. And we start October building this. I mean, it's not something that just puts together real quick. It takes this float here, I think we built it in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Everything. And things that are crazy, everybody looks at those cones, how they lit up. That was awesome. That was my wife being lazy and didn't want to put the candy cane stuff on there, and she said, "Hey, Rusty, can you light this up?" And I went, I don't know. So we put a light in there, and we saw that it lit in the back. I went, oh, okay. All of a sudden, now I'm scrambling to get more powerful lights to light it up,
And then we still wound up putting the candy cane stuff on.
And then we still put the stuff on it. So, it was awesome.
It all came out great. Like I said, when we pulled around thinking we were going to sneak around the backside of the parade and get out of there, and you guys were coming right up right as we got out of the truck, and all the kids we had, they just lit up. So from us and everyone else in town, I just want to say, hey, man, we appreciate it. I know a lot of times these things kind of go unsaid. You see people, but we really appreciate it. It was a great job, and we look forward to seeing what you bring next year. So,
awesome.
All right.
If you guys need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to these guys. Feel free to drop your number, where they find you.
TriStateACHero.com is our website. They can also call us. All the time, we even when the office is closed, we do have somebody on call at 928-444-4395, and we'll get somebody out to you, whether it's a weekend, rain. Well, not rain if you have an upper unit, I guess.
I'm a little disappointed you didn't wear a cape.
So
no capes.
You should get them a cape.
No capes.
next time.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
It's funny you say that, though. We actually thought about putting a cape on the truck as we were driving by.
Yeah.
And I just went, no.
I think it's a great idea. Apparently superheroes say capes are dangerous. I don't know. It was in a movie. So,
Yes.
But gentlemen, great job. Thank you so much. That's all we got from the Janssen Show today. Gentlemen, see you on the next one.
Thank
you very much.